What was that? Ah!
What?
I heard you at the end go, ah,
Who?
you.
Wasn't
Either way,
me.
either way.
Yeah.
Welcome to the road to the Super Bowl, everybody. We finally made it. It was a long season that went super, super quick. Um, you know what? Usually I host the road to stuff, but the guy beside me who's all in Kansas City stuff, this is his week.
Yeah.
I don't know what Super Bowl week is about as a Vikings fan, and I probably never will. So I feel like you should be the honorary host.
Nope,
Hey.
I'm taking his shine. I won my Super Bowl this year. All right. I'm the king of this
Whatever. We're
castle.
past that. I think if I remember, I believe Joey is leading the standings for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, let's add him to the regular season and see how he stacks up still.
Ooh, dang.
Take
He's
that,
not going to let
Joey.
that regular season die, is he? But no, I'll be honest, man. I've just been trying to keep up with health updates. Seems like both teams right now are pretty sitting pretty good right now. Jalen Hurts is still dealing with his throwing shoulder. I think Mecole Hardman is the only one that is questionable, if not. Oh no, he's on the IR. But we got Edward Hilaire off of the IR as well. So I think both teams are about as healthy as we're going to be. So at least we won't have the excuse of like currently going into the game. Well, we didn't have Mahomes the whole thing. We can always have injuries, happen in the game, but we'll worry about that then.
Yeah. Hardman, isn't his injury a pelvic fracture or something like that? So
Yeah, I think so. But
don't see him playing.
No, he was put out like immediately after the game here, but
Yeah.
last week or 2 weeks ago game. But yeah, I would say I'm pretty pumped. I'll be honest, I'm not really too nervous at all. And I mean, you're gonna hate me for saying it, but when Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, you really don't worry about things too much. You kind of just get to the game and then you worry about it then. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I think it's good. I think it's gonna be a great game, and by all indications on the spreads and everything else, everyone thinks it's gonna be a close game too.
Yeah. What, 1.5 spread right now?
Mm. Yep, still 1.5 point spread here.
Yep.
Yeah, it hasn't changed at all over the week.
Yeah,
Nope.
it sat right there.
I think it's been 1.5. I think it was 2.5 when it originally opened. So it not changing at all is. I mean, they hit it, I think, nail on the head. I don't think anyone's even been mad about these spreads or numbers at all. Sometimes, as a Chiefs fan, we feel disrespected. I think right now, plus 1.5, I'm okay with being the underdog, and we can still hold the they never believed in us card. We're going to take a page out of Georgia's book. They never believed in this. They said we were going to go 500 this year. They said Russ Wilson was going to win our division, and then here we are back at the Super Bowl. So.
This is one of the more even Super Bowls leading into it anyway with two teams. There's a lot of similarities between the two teams.
Yeah. There was the post on Twitter that was going around. Both teams have scored 546 points. Both were their one seeds. Both had 6 Pro Bowlers, including a Kelsey and their quarterback, and both have 16-3 records. I mean, I don't think you can literally make it any more even. Even with the Eagles saying, "Well, we led the league in sacks. We were number 2 in sacks." So I mean, it's you're pitting the top 2 teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely the 2 teams that deserved it. That's for sure.
So, but yeah, no, I would say we do have a few things lined up. I would say we will talk about the game a little bit. Trust me, we know we're not the NFL experts. We're more the knuckleheads that are going to tell you which Gatorade color is going to be winning here. So, yeah, I mean, you guys just want to hop right to it?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, the first thing, we're going to kind of go in order of honestly how the game's going to go, and then we'll have a little discussion on each here. But to start off, the real big one, national anthem, guys. So it's Chris Stapleton that's going to be singing the national anthem. Now, depending on what book you're using, the over-unders set at about 120 seconds to about 125 here. Ryan, how about you start? Do you think it's going to be going over or under that 120 seconds?
I got to go over. Chris Stapleton has that smooth voice that he's going to show off.
Mm-hmm.
Going to probably play a little guitar with it too and show off the guitar skills. I'm going to go with over, and it's going to be one of the best national anthems we've seen too.
Trent, do you agree?
I am 100% in agreement with Ryan here. As you can see in the sheet, I put over in all caps. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that he was singing the national anthem was it's going over. I don't even care. I didn't even know what the number was until you told me the number 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just had over in your head as well. With the stage, with the glory of it, they're gonna have jets flying over. He wants his voice ringing on. Yeah, that's going over 120 seconds. I don't care who you are. They're gonna drag that thing out, man.
He might still be singing the national anthem when Rihanna comes out for the halftime show.
Patrick Mahomes, hey buddy, I'm trying to play a game. What the heck?
They're like, Chris, wrap it up. We got the game to start. And all right, we got to start the game. And Chris still.
Hey man, you got to get off the field. We're trying to play a football game here. So and you want to know how much everyone agrees with that. The over is on a lot of books is minus 130 and above that. It's such a good bet. The under is plus 135 on some books. So I mean, you're going to earn more money if you're going to take the dumb bet and say that it's going to go under. But we know this thing's going over, dude.
That's the dumb bet.
Yeah. So I mean, the toughest one to call all night, coin flip, heads or tails.
It's heads. It's heads this year.
Heads. Tails don't fail.
I'm gonna say tails. Yeah, I don't know.
Tails never fails there for Ryan.
I need to know what coin they're using. I need to know how heavy it is. Which ref is going to be flipping? I don't know. Heads. I same thing. I know there's some people tails never fails, but who the fuck knows on that?
Heads.
But jumping into the actual game here, as we mentioned, the line hasn't moved too much, but Kansas City still 1.5 point underdogs, playing the Eagles over under 50.5 points. As we said, they're about as even as two teams can be. I'm going to get my shocker out of the way. After the AFC Championship game, I put in my bet immediately afterwards. I put down 5 units. Chiefs money line, I caught it at plus 110. I actually got a better deal. It's only at plus 105 now. So all that extra money I'm going to be making is going to be insane.
Nice.
You'll be able to fund this podcast.
I don't know about that. I'll pay for my microphone. That's about all I can do with this. So.
I'm going with Philadelphia team total over 25. I think there's going to be some offense. I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to be going for the Chiefs, but I don't know who's going to win this one. But I think there will be points.
I agree. I think this is I guess Trent, which one are you taking?
So my rule is anytime in the NFL you see the number over under, if it starts with a 5, you bet the under 50.5. I got under 50.5.
Now, did you forget that the script was leaked and that it says the Eagles were going to win 37-34? That's over 70 points, Trent.
I know. I did forget the script was leaked.
Trent, that was like one thing I was able to say on Monday's podcast because of my internet. How can you forget?
I know. Damn. I did forget about that. I should probably change that to the over, but I'm going to stick with my rule here.
Stick with your guns there, man.
Yep.
My favorite, with speaking of like the NFL script, everyone has taken that over. Arian Foster first made a joke about it on his podcast about like, oh yeah, that's what practice is for. We practice the script. And literally, I probably sent you guys like 4 within an hour, and I knew you guys were getting probably like annoyed with it. But my favorite, it was just like all of these inappropriate jokes. It was just like, I think it was Alvin Kamara. Once he read this year's like NFL script, and he's like, what the hell's going on? And I think it was like JPP on his 2014 offseason. That was probably one of the better ones. Hell, they're even saying it like, did you catch the hot mics at the Pro Bowl? They were all saying as well, man. Like every incomplete, come on, man, that wasn't in the script. Every single one of them is in that now.
I know today I was listening to a little bit of Pat McAfee, and he was interviewing Hendon Hooker, and he's like, "So what's your script for coming into the NFL?" He's like, "I haven't seen it yet."
Yeah, they'll give them until they're drafted, but the draft's all scripted too, right?
So Did you hear Roger Goodell today though?
Oh, go
The
ahead
best-
and say it, yeah.
The refing has never been. This is the best the refing has been in.
Yeah.
That's
Oof.
And that's called lying through your teeth right there.
Yeah.
Yes, everything's great and wonderful. We have no problem at all. Right, Bengals fans?
That's called not wanting to take care of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like the Big 12 coming out tonight and saying the same thing about their basketball refs.
Ooh. Yeah. We started a little late on our live stream. Trent had to punch a couple holes in his drywall before he joined the pod here. So
the Vikings literally had 2 games in a row where the NFL reffing whatever had to send apology letters because of how bad it was. Like, yeah, that's great reffing, guys.
But they should have known it beforehand because of the script.
It was in the script.
It's true. Yeah, they should have known. Yeah, Cam Bynum should have been so upset when that ref tackled him. He should have known that was coming.
I was just gonna say, you're acting like it's bad that the referees played a little defense against you guys. Okay, come on.
Maybe it's only the refs know the script, so they got to dictate the exact score of every game.
So the referees know the script, so they're playing like a little whose lines in anyways, where they have to like guess what animal or what the person is. The players are having to guess what the outcome is. Oh shit, they want us to lose. Okay, I'm gonna start holding more. Okay.
Yep.
I like it. Joey was playing both sides here. He's rooting for the Chiefs, but he has the Eagles spread. So I'm not really sure how with the Eagles spread being favorites how that one works, but we'll let him have it. And then Clark, of course, Chiefs money line, smartest bet of the whole night. You know,
Joey just wants everybody to have fun.
He just doesn't want the angry text that I'm going to be sending if we lose.
So our phones basically need to be just off Sunday night.
Be way to mute that thing.
I mean, as soon as
remember,
Super Bowl is over,
remember though, Brian, I am holding this one. I'm holding you to this one. After the Bengals game, you said reffing cannot be used as an excuse.
Yeah, that's hold on. I'll clarify.
I do not want to hear reffing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely loser talk. And just know that if you ever bring up the referees, like we will tomorrow versus in the Iowa State game, it is still loser talk. It's justified, but it is loser talk. You know, when you miss 5, I think we missed 5 free throws, and we lose by 5 points, and you don't change. We're side tangent here quick. When you're a hard defensive team like Iowa State, you're going to get into foul trouble. And if they're going to call ticky-tack ones, you got to let up a little bit, man. I mean, that's...
So, I'll save it for tomorrow. Never mind.
Yeah. Look,
never mind.
If you want to get more into the Iowa State parade of how bad those referees were, amateur hour, Thursdays, 8:30 live, we'll be crying about it then. But, yeah, let's focus on the Super Bowl here. So... going down for the whole game, we went over our picks. Player props. I personally, because Trent, I don't see yours is in there yet. Mine is going to be Patrick Mahomes over 10.5 yards on his longest rush, and that seems like a bit of a stretch. But I think because the Eagles again, they're the top sacking team in the NFL. I think if our line can create a little bit of getting the pressure off of Mahomes or let them get past and he can be mobile enough. Again, he was mobile enough on a high sprained ankle 2 weeks ago. I think they're going to overestimate how bad that injury is going to be again. And I think he's going to be able to sneak out one of those 15, 20-yard runs down the middle, if they're going to have again, if Kadarius Toney's going to be healthy all game. If you're going to have these players that can stretch it out like Kelsey, I think we're going to see again, all he needs is an 11-yard rush. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
I think that's a good bet. I really do.
Yep. I'm going to go with Travis Kelsey, 2+ touchdowns. Yeah, that's at plus 480. That's some pretty good money right there. And he's always Patty's number 1 receiver. So,
yep.
I like that too.
Number 1 option.
His anytime touchdowns is minus 120. Like you're barely making money to say Kelsey's going to score a touchdown there.
What's that? Betting $5 to win $1?
No, $5 to win. I think probably 4 or 450 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not making a lot of money.
Oh, it's plus. Okay, never mind. I thought you said it was minus. I got you.
Minus 120.
I thought. Okay, gotcha.
The 2 plus touch. I guess I don't know what the plus 480 is on $5, but that's a pretty return with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So I didn't look at any of the player props. So I guess I've been to the area that the stadium is in is called Westgate, and I know I've been there. I've eaten at a place called Hot and Juicy Crawfish. There.
Okay.
Delicious. If you ever in Glendale, go there. My prop bet is going to be Andy Reid is going to have a stain from Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
Ooh.
Right upper quadrant is where it's going to be.
Right underneath the teat. Is that where it's going to be? Just right here?
Yeah, okay. Right upper quadrant.
He is more likely to go to cold beer and cheeseburgers, which is one of the best burgers I've ever been to.
Yeah. There's also an In-N-Out right there, too.
All right. I like that one. The one that I've been seeing a lot that might sneak up on people is they're going to focus on Kelsey in this game because he is the Chiefs playmaker. We've been doing a lot of 2 and 3 tight end sets. They've been talking about Jody Fortson getting a touchdown. I think him for being the first touchdown is pretty significant odds. I think anytime touchdown is like plus 400 or 500. I think that would be another solid one where they're going to hone in on Kelsey and create Fortson's going to be able to create enough separation in order to get a touchdown. So that would be another one that I would throw out there just for a anytime or hell even first touchdown since they will be honed in on Travis early in the game. So let's see. Getting through that one. Shit, we should have done this one. Touchback on the opening kickoff. Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Nope. I have yes as well. I think yes is like minus 180. No is plus just because it's always a touchback. So
no, because it's one of the most exciting plays out there, and they want to start off, try to get some momentum with a big return.
No,
I think isn't it like an insane stat on how many were touchbacks or something like that? And then I remember last year I was going to bet on that. I didn't, and it was not a touchback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm trying to remember what Pat McAfee said with kicking off. It's a brand new ball. It's like, isn't it that it's not roughed and you can't kick it as far or something like that? I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, they don't let you rough that one up because it just goes straight to the Hall of Fame or something.
Yeah, so I could be completely opposite on there, but I feel like he said it's harder to kick it further since it has been roughed up and used. So that's
they're not broke in.
Yeah, so that's another reason I put no for touchback. But
you're trying to talk me out of my bet. I said it's going to be a touchback. Damn it!
He wasn't a very good kicker, so it's fine.
Yeah,
he sucked.
That's why he's doing a podcast now. Only people with no talent do podcasts.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
right. Halftime going to be all our favorites. Riri. Over under 8.5 songs that she's going to sing in halftime.
I took the over. I think she's just going to sing just little snippets of about 10 songs and hit the over there.
Trent, I've been doing like I did in the regular season. I'm going to copy you. I say it's over, but I see Ryan says it's going to be less though. Why is that?
I'm changing it because you're probably gonna have some guests with some of her famous songs. You probably have some Jay-Z come out with some Umbrella. You can maybe have some Eminem with some I Love the Way You Lie, some Chris Brown for some nice kicking action. I don't know. Thank you, Trent.
Do her and Chris Stapleton have a duet or something? Do you think?
Well, Jesus, if he comes out and sings with her, bet the under because they're only getting 3 songs in.
He's going to be out there singing, but they're like, yeah, Chris, go out, and he's going to be wailing. They're just going to mute his microphone, and they're going to have him in the far corner.
Do the songs have to be by Rihanna? Because if Chris Stapleton's still singing the national anthem at halftime, does that song count?
That's why I picked the over, baby. National anthem is still going to finish in that time.
It starts at 1 before she even sings a note.
I'm actually looking forward to this one quite a bit. Rihanna has had some really good music, so I don't know any of her newer stuff, and I know she's kind of gone more into parenting and kind of getting away from music, but I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this one, I would say when it gets sometimes I just get over like trying to learn new musicians and new music. At least
Yeah.
Rihanna, we've been growing up with, so it's like okay, yeah, I'm familiar with her. Yeah, it'll probably be a bunch of new songs, 2 new songs at the beginning. We're gonna hate it, and then it's gonna be 6 classics, and then the seventh to get the over. So,
I think when S&M came out.
It's gonna be all this.
well, it's been
If she sings
around for a while.
Is that even the name of the song?
any song that came out after we were in college by her,
Yeah, Disturbia and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when it came out, but yeah, I think it's gonna be over. Oh,
20,
why did I put under on that? Oh, I meant over.
2010. So yeah, I mean, she was right when we were getting out of high school, going to college, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Her hair does look like Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, but man, is what it is. Gatorade color for after the game. So remember, the Chiefs are going to win this thing. The over or the odds on the color of the Gatorade right now, yellow green is the favorite at plus 165, orange at plus 300, blue at plus 400, red and pink at plus 450, clear at plus 750, purple at plus 750, and then it says none at plus 1200, which I don't know what that one means, to be honest.
They just
Powerade.
They just yeah. They just throw an empty Gatorade bucket at the coach.
They're actually throwing Jaeger bombs at him.
Oh yeah,
fucking Jaeger bombs.
There's like 2 guys carrying the Gatorade cooler, and they like dump it. And they're like, "I thought this felt a little light."
You ready? You ready for this? I'm not picking any Gatorade color. It's going to be in a Gatorade cooler. They're going to dump it over cheeseburgers all over Andy Reid. Plus 10,000. I'm taking it.
Just baby back ribs.
Was that Christmas when Patrick Mahomes gave him a present and it was a hamburger inside the box?
Yes,
so great.
Nike like Air Force shoes that he wears all the time. Opens it up and fucking cheeseburger in there. Yeah,
I love it.
Just KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce in that Gatorade cooler.
I'm gonna. I'll switch it up actually because I know what else you had yellow. I'll take a blue. I know that's really random. Plus 400. I mean, I don't know why either of them would have it, but I always feel like, again, if we're going to talk about anything NFL script, I always feel like the NFL. Here's the best odds at yellow. They always make the actual one like the third or fourth choice. It's never the favorite. I feel like.
I'm going with red because if Kansas says it has to be red, they have to be drinking red.
Yeah. Again, that one, I'm surprised that's so low, to be honest, as well. Yeah. Plus 450, and there's 3 others ahead of it.
I figured red and yellow green would have been the top 2 because those are the team's colors.
So you're going with yellow, Trent, with the favorites?
Yeah, I got yellow.
Who voluntarily drinks yellow though? That's like on the bottom of my Gatorade color spectrum.
Oh, I like me some lemon lime Gatorade.
Do you know what one they're not going to pour? Fucking clear. Cucumber lime, Joey. They're not going to do your bullshit Gatorade cucumber. Oh, disgusting.
I just ran it for a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown. Do you know what I want? Vegetables.
Oh, yeah. You know what I want? Just a big old cucumber right in my mouth right now. Thank you, Gatorade. How thirst quenching. Ugh.
I'm trying to think when I had COVID, I'm pretty positive it was blue, red, and orange that I lived on. Mm-hmm. That was my rotation.
So I did notice in Casey's, so last Thursday I stopped in there because, I had to do my bowel prep for my colonoscopy on Friday.
Yeah.
I guess I got some Gatorades, obviously yellow.
Yeah.
And I did notice that they have the classic bottle with like the really good twist
nipple?
cap. Oh,
do they really?
Yes. They're back.
Like a baby on that thing, huh?
I was very pumped about it.
Between that and the Black Mamba energy drinks, you are set in B-Town.
We live it up in Brandon. All right.
He's not trying to brag. He's not saying it's better than living out in Los Angeles or something, but he's kind of saying it's better than living out in
We
paradise.
do have nipples on our Gatorade.
And we do have $1.50 Mamba Venom
Gosh,
energy drinks.
I have to get back out there and get one of those.
I
Get
had
a case
two.
of those.
I was bringing you some but I didn't come to the Black Hills.
Well, when we play the Open of the SFP,
Yeah.
SFP US Open, you'll have to bring a case.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you might have nice weather out there all the time. Doesn't snow out in Arizona. Do your Gatorade have nipples on them? Didn't think so.
Yeah.
South Dakota's where it's at.
The weather ain't worth it.
Screw you, Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Like Ron Burgundy, go fuck yourself. Glendale, Scottsdale, all the Dales out there.
So this weekend is the Super Bowl and the Waste Management, both in one's in Scottsdale, one's in Glendale, but both Phoenix. Like,
yeah,
Phoenix is going to be a shit show.
It's going to be burnt to the ground by the end of it.
Yes.
I didn't realize how big Phoenix was. Isn't it like 5th biggest city in the country now?
Is it that big?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It's pretty large. Fits quite a few people in it.
I remember like driving from Glendale, because we stayed in Glendale, the golf tournament's in Scottsdale. It took us like 35 minutes to drive over there. And that was at like 4:30 in the morning when there's no traffic.
Why did you not look at a map and realize there's closer places to Scottsdale?
Wanted to be in Glendale, dude. Westgate area was sweet. And with the Waste Management, like, there is so many people that go to that. Like, just on Saturday, there are 250,000 people. Like, we wanted to be away from that freaking zoo.
The video that I sent you and Kevin, there's definitely one person I want to meet that went there.
Yeah. You might have to send that one to the group of the five.
Yeah,
Brian,
I'll send that to the group just because I'd hate for Bryant to miss out on it.
Yeah, you can't be vague talking here and not let so.
Yeah, Brian, it's coming your way here soon.
Anyway, sorry, I got off topic there a little bit.
No, you're good. We're on the last one anyways. MVP. I mean, you know who my choice is, right?
Jalen Hurts.
I thought you were gonna say JFK. Hold on, sorry.
Is Brock Purdy playing in this one?
MVP in my heart.
Brock
Purdy's gonna be the MVP. Mahomes all fucking day, man.
Oh boy.
I said Brock Purdy should be ready by training camp.
Yeah. Going to Dallas for surgery and stuff. So
yeah.
So good. Weird. The first guy didn't give it. I've never got it. How does one doctor be that far off? A guy said he was going to miss a whole fucking year, and he goes to like one or two more doctors. Like, no, you'll be ready for training camp. How is the estimates that far off? It's like a weatherman.
Yeah, the first guy's like, yeah, you need full blown Tommy John. While we're at it, let's do Tommy John on your non-throwing elbow too. And the other doctor's like, we're just gonna repair it.
The first doctor said, I know I took medical training during the Civil War, but I think you need to amputate that thing, man.
Yeah.
A small scratch, just get rid of it.
Cut it off with a rusty bone saw.
Yeah. And so are you going to give me anesthesia? No, you're going to bite down on this chunk of wood, and you're going to drink whiskey until you black out. That's going to be your anesthesia, Brock.
Hey, Brock would probably do it too.
He's a tough man, isn't he?
Feel no pain.
But Ryan, how do you pronounce this guy's name for your
Hassan Reddick?
Okay, it is Hassan. There's two A's in there. It threw me off.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry. But I think.
Why are you choosing him? What's the? Because I heard his name.
I think they'll have a pretty strong defensive game, and I think he'll probably get a couple sacks in this one.
He's like a hometown favorite too, isn't he?
Sure.
I mean, that's what I've heard. Like that name was all over on the NFC Championship game. They're like Hassan, our favorite. It's like I'd never even heard of that guy before that game. Oh, I think watch a lot of Eagles, but
I think he's at like a plus 3,500 favorite, and so I use like 5th favorite. I figured go a little bit different.
How many plus is mine? Look it up.
There is one person that put. Well, never mind. I got it mixed up because the kickers. There's one person that put bets on both kickers at like plus 10,000. Trent's going way worse. He's choosing the punter
I'm going with
Tommy
the punter and Harrison Bucker's holder, Tommy Townsend.
Ooh.
Gonna be a household
gonna-
name after Sunday night after he
He's
wins
gonna
the
hold so many balls.
MVP.
After a 21-14 win with 7 field goals with all 7 laces out and 8 punts within the 5-yard line, Tommy Townsend.
Tommy Townsend. Brian,
I
you're
would
gonna
say-
be rushing out to buy his jersey next.
You know what the sad thing is? If that happened, like you would have to have every punt within the 5 because in a 7 field goal win, even Tommy does everything. That's going to buttkicker.com, dude.
Well, let's say Harrison Bucker gets a little banged up in pregame warm-ups, like rolls his ankle or something.
Justin Reed.
It's 0-3. Tommy Townsend, all those punts. I mean, it's gonna. He's the MVP, man.
I knock on wood because I'm not trying to jinx us, but what would be the over/under on Justin Reed kicking field goal be?
You think they let him? You think they let him kick instead of Tommy Townsend? I mean, he is a kicker.
I mean, I think you'd have to. I don't think Tommy has practiced that at all. He didn't even kick in the regular season. They had Justin kick it for a few weeks, and then we brought in that fucking dipshit that missed a bunch of kicks for multiple teams this year. Amendola, I think.
Well, I don't know.
I think that was his name. He missed kicks for the Chiefs, got cut, and then he got signed by I think it was Houston and missed kicks for that. It was just every clutch situation he needed to be in. He was just on the wrong team.
Are you talking Danny Amendola, the wide receiver?
No, there's
I could see him missing some kicks.
He's not trained to do that. Come on.
There's a kicker named Amendola. We will look it up later, and who gives a shit? But I like it. Tommy Townsend with 10 punts within the 5-yard line. We better hope all the MVP voters are located within Iowa City because that's where they absolutely love punters and say they're an integral part of the game.
I'm for the brand. Does Pat McAfee, does he get a vote for MVP? Because, maybe. You never know.
Yeah, if he does, then we know at least one vote's going for a kicker. So
that's right.
But well, shit, man. I'll be honest; those were all my prop bets that I had out there. Was there any ones that you'd heard of, or?
I've got.
Let's hear it.
First pass play of the game to be a QB kneel. No is at +151.
Okay.
Could be trying to get the ball down the field to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Final score to have occurred at a past Super Bowl. Yes, at +470.
Like the exact the 2 scores or the total score?
The 2 scores, yeah.
So 21-20.
There's been 50 some of these things. We there's a chance. I figured at +470. That's a pretty good bet.
Yeah.
You know, it would be a good one because we've talked about how even these teams are 1 and 2 in sacks, same amount of score. They both have a Kelsey on their team. This will be have they had overtime in the Super Bowl before?
Cool,
yes,
what?
the Falcons. Are you trying to rub this in Joey's face?
Oh shit, that one did go overtime. No
Sure.
one remembers the overtime. They remember 28-3 about that game.
Yeah,
that's the only thing they remember.
I'm pretty sure that one did.
But yeah, I mean, I would. I guess I'll have to check Caesars, but that might be a decent bet with even as these teams are, and as much as the Chiefs always let teams in or allow teams to stay in the game. That wouldn't be a bad one for this one to go to overtime.
Question.
Yeah.
With this whole exact score, being is 37-34 been a pass score?
I don't know. We'll have to consult with the script writers.
If it has, then you bet yes.
That is the fourth most bet prop on in for the Super Bowl was that exact score.
I'm gonna look what is the highest ranked Super Bowl game. That is a lot of points.
It was like the Broncos Cincinnati Super Bowl in the 80s where the Broncos just got fucking throttled. But yeah, no, I would say I'm pretty pumped, man. Like I said, I'm not too nervous. Thankfully, our going into the Tampa Bay Super Bowl, I had a very bad feeling that we were going to get throttled with how bad our line was. I'm not too worried. Once you've seen how bad your line could be and get into that Super Bowl and then see where we're at now with how much improvement we've had, I'm pretty excited. I have a feeling that we're gonna shock people. That a lot of people are going pro Philly right now just because they've been so dominant in the NFC playoffs. But I think the Chiefs will shock them on how close we're going to keep it, even with the interest that we've had.
So, I guess Super Bowl 29, 49ers beat San Diego 49-26.
That's the highest scoring, 49.
Yes, yeah, 49-26, so 75 points.
75 points.
And then I forgot, the Eagles, and when they beat the Patriots in 18, it was 41-33. So,
are you talking about total score, or are you talking about by one team?
Total score.
Oh, okay. Well, there's been a couple Super Bowls where they've scored over 50. I swear to God, it was because I think it was the Broncos got completely blown out.
Well, yeah, that was just the total score. So 75, that Super Bowl 29, and then the 2018 Super Bowl was 74.
Yeah. So, but all right. Well, you said you had a couple. Was there any other props that you were wanting to go over? You said those are your two? Sorry, kind of cut out. Yeah, San Fran beat Denver 55-10 back in 1990.
Ugh.
I just like to say that because I don't like the Broncos. So anytime anything bad happens to them, I just like to keep bringing it up.
Right, I'm on your side. On Peyton there, screw the Broncos.
Yeah. Also, in all seriousness, John Elway was not that good of a quarterback. I will hold that until the day, and you can look up his stats. Nothing about him was special, other than his teeth were the same size as his horse's teeth. That's the most special thing about him.
He's a terrible freaking GM.
Terrible GM. I mean, how do you expect someone to assess quarterbacks when he got to be carried to his Super Bowl wins?
He finally, I guess, he got a good quarterback in Peyton Manning, although that was almost the corpse of the zombie, of Peyton Manning. Yeah. But other than him, he has struck out on every quarterback he's taken in that team.
It literally only took him to have a once-in-a-generation quarterback from a quarterbacking family and one of the best defenses of all time in order for him to win one Super Bowl with him. So, congrats, John. You fell into another one, but before we get negative, we'll wrap it up here. I would say appreciate you guys listening or joining us live here. Socials, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, at Heartland Pulse, Facebook, YouTube, Pulse of the Heartland. We are live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday, we're going to be doing amateur hour, so we'll be breaking down the horrendous Iowa State game as well as everything else, including Brian Ferentz's amazing new contract. I am so ready to talk to Joey about that one.
I'm gonna have to tune into that.
It's gonna be so fun.
I bet he's gonna be just as upset as anybody.
Ooh, that is a joke of a contract. So I'm ready to tee with Joey tomorrow.
Okay, so I won't be on it. Which is a bigger joke of a contract, that or Kyler Murray's 4 hours of film study?
Brian Ferentz's. I know we all shit on Kyler. The Brian Ferentz one, he shouldn't even be there. That is the biggest fucking joke of a contract I've ever seen in my life.
There's so many clauses like win 7 games, average 25 points a game. Well, what if they win 7 games but they only average 18 points a game?
Yeah.
Did they have to fire him?
Well, not if Daddy has something to say about it. He's going to say, you fire him, you owe me $42 million, so.
If he meets those requirements, he's still going to get paid more than he did last year.
Yeah, then he gets paid more. Hey, congrats on not having the second worst offense in the country. Congratulations, here's $100,000. Throw it in all your blue-collar fans' faces that Daddy's boy gets $100,000 bonus for barely doing his job competently. Congrats.
Yeah, I think it was 25 points a game would rank them 80th nationally or something like that.
Dude, that's what we've been saying all year. If they hit top 80 in offense or top 70, they might be playoff bound, legit.
Yeah.
Because they just fucking had nothing.
So it should be offensive points. I guess we could go into this tomorrow because defense and special teams is scoring points for that team. Let's be real here.
Come on, Phil Parker. Keep getting those
Dude.
sixes, baby.
Brian Ferentz is going to be the biggest cheerleader for that defense and special teams this year.
I would say that he would have deserved to get paid more if he would have literally just cheer-led this year because he wasn't doing offensive coordinating. That's for goddamn sure.
Yes.
So, but all righty. Well, I guess we'll end it on shit talking Iowa. My favorite part about doing this pod. So, but we'll tune in. You'll either have super happy Brian or Clark, or you'll be hearing about how the referees did a terrible job. So,
we may not have a pod on Monday with you guys.
It's gonna be me, Brian, and Joey.
Ooh, that'll be a rough one. But all right. Well, we do appreciate everyone joining in, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.